All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakak Vadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and double honors to our elder apostles down here in the Lions Camp as well, La Harawan Bar Yasha'Allah. Salutations to the occupant of the pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. I'm Chanaksan Bar Yasha'Allah from the Lions and the Yasha'Allah Camp. And this is another Lions Den News and Prophecy, so you already know how it goes. The second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1 says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right? And they are faithful and true. The Lord's words are not going to return unto him void. All right, so this particular article right here is talking about, it's crazy, man. It's crazy work right here. It says, Russia says it will help China overtake the United States on nuclear power. Mm, That says a lot. That says a lot. That says a lot about Ezekiel 38. That says a lot about uh, Joel um, uh, 3 and 10, Isaiah 54 and 16, and on and on and on. All right, so we're gonna get into it. Lord willing, let's edify and serve the purpose for the hope of elect, the one truly believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right, it says Moscow, Russia will help China overtake the United States as the world's biggest producer of nuclear power. The chief of Russia's uh, Rosatom State Nuclear Corporation said in comments broadcast on state TV on Wednesday after talks in Beijing. The United States operates the world's largest network of nuclear reactors with nearly 97 gigawatts of installed capability. China is racing to build dozens of reactors, though, and had 53.2 gigawatts of operating nuclear power capability as of April 2024. According to the United States Energy Information Administration, China has ambitious plans for the development of atomic energy. The task has been set to catch up and surpass the United States and install capabilities, which means reaching the capability of more than 100 gigawatts. Alexei Lakikovsky, the Rosatom chief, told Russia state television. Asked by state television if Russia would help China in the target, Lakahoskiv said, Of course, we will help. We will already be helping. Russia has already helped build 4 nuclear reactors in China and is building 4 more on China's need a large amount of uranium and nuclear fuel for its ambitious plans, Lakchavi said. As a result, China will need to develop a new generation of closed nuclear fuel cycle reactors based on Russian technology, he said. All right. So now, with that being said, why do they need all that? It's to build nuclear weapons. Bottom line. So now, let's look beyond how many reactors they have, and stuff like that, right? So the top. Let's go into nuclear weapons and warheads. Okay. The top country, right, that has the most nuclear warheads is Russia with 5,459. Behind them is United States with 5,177. All right. China is third with 600. So now, if they build more reactors, right, they can have more ways to build more warheads. See that? Matter of fact, most nuclear reactors. Okay, nuclear power by country. All right. So now it says the United States has the most nuclear reactors, right? Hmm. Who's second? How many does Russia have? Hold on 1 second. All right, the United States has 94 reactors. Let's read some talk. All right, it says nuclear power plants operate in 31 countries and generate about a tenth of the world's electricity. Most are in Europe, North America, and East Asia. The United States is the largest producer of nuclear power, while France has a large share of electricity generated by nuclear power at about 65%. Some countries operate nuclear reactors in the past but have no operating nuclear power plants at the present. Among them, Italy closed all its nuclear stations in 1990, and nuclear power has since been discontinued because of the 1987 referendum. Referendum. What is that? It says it says on November 8th, 1987, with three questions about nuclear energy after the Charbolo Char Char Chernobyl disaster and two questions about justice, voting day had been postponed by 6 months, according to the Italian constitution, because of snaps. All right, so it was some kind of um, referendum that caused them to close down their nuclear power plants, right? So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. They'll say that this is just for energy, right? But they won't allow Iran to have any reactors to be able to enrich their uranium. You see that? Reactor. Hold on, I thought I saw something about that home. Because they're saying that okay, so China is building four more, and China needs a large amount of uranium and nuclear fuel for its ambitious plan. When you all right, so getting that uranium, that's to enrich the uranium. You need to enrich it to a certain level to create nuclear weapons. All right, so now you need nuclear power plants to do that. I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Matter of fact, let's look this up. Okay. All right. It says nuclear power plants can be used to create fossil fuels for nuclear weapons. They are of little or to no use for all the other aspects of building a bomb. In a reactor fueled by uranium. Okay. Let me get to. So basically, you could use these reactors to build nuclear weapons. See that? It says let me read it again. Right. So, what other reason is China going to need to create these nuclear reactors? So let's go into the amount of. Hold on. Sloppy. The amount of nuclear power by country. So United States has 94. And who's next? I thought I saw somebody with 57. France has 57. China has 57. Russia has 37. Ukraine has 15, which was one part of the Soviet Union. Slovakia has 5. Slovenia has 1. It was part of the Soviet Union too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Canada has 19. How many is Iran? Iran has one nuclear reactor. All right. So they can use these reactors to enrich uranium. And enrich uranium, you can create a nuclear warhead. All right. So now, let's go into who has the most nuclear weapons, nuclear warheads. Russia has the most nuclear warheads. All right. Let's go through it by country. All right. Like I said before, Russia has 5,459. United States has 5,177, and China only has 600. All right, but you look at it, China and Russia are allied together. So now, if China creates more nuclear reactors, it gives them more of the fossil fuels that is needed to create more nuclear warheads. You see that? Which will put two enemies of the United States, two non-allies of the United States, right, over the United States as a nuclear power. All right. So Russia said it's going to help China develop more reactors. All right, to create more atomic energy to be able to be up to have a dog in the fight. You know. So this is Joel chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Right. It's a nuclear arms race, man. No matter how you look at it. But it's all being controlled by Yahweh by Shumi al Shai. This is Isaiah 54:16. It says, "Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy." Right. And that's those nuclear missiles, man. Those ICBMs. Those ICBMs. You could say that they're doing it for more like nuclear energy, like how Iran is saying, but ultimately you already know what that's going to lead to. They're going to enrich uranium, and they're going to, you know what I'm saying, increase their capabilities to bring forth more nuclear weapons. It's a nuclear arms race that's going on, man. Because of what? Because of this. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior was with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." See that? Burning and fuel of fire. Burning and fuel of fire, man. So ultimately, this is to destroy um this place, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, talking about the United States of America, man. So this is all being brought forth by Yahweh by Shemal Shai. It's the Lord's plan. All right, the Lord has opened up His armory. See that? So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Lord willing, us and edify and serve the purpose for the hope to let the ones truly believe in the name of Yahweh by Shemal Shai. But that, like I said, call Halayim like Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Harakak Kudash my Abba. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and double honors to our elder apostles as well down here in the lines and camp. I heard one Bani Yasharallah. Salutations to the hiking of the pushing the truth, to sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Shemal Shai. Shalom.